Hello, everybody. This is Nindroid here. Um, Today, I'm doing something a little bit different than what I usually post. I post Fortnite. I post unboxing. Well, today I am posting something a little bit different. So, I just got news about Fortnite releasing new stuff this year, like new skins, new season, new updates on a season or whatnot. Well, it turns out I just got news saying that Fortnite is bringing Superman from the new movie that is being released, but also they said that they're actually coming. They said that he's going to be having a mythic with him, kind of like Doom in the past seasons of Fortnite we got. And then, of course, I heard they're bringing Saitama, which we're going to be talking about Fortnite. But I want to talk about collabs that I wish Fortnite would create. So we had a bunch of Fortnite collabs in the past. We had a bunch of them from like superheroes, but we never had any with anime-ish styles, I believe. We did have one, by the way. It was the Dragon Ball one, and in on the map it actually had uh, the Kame House, which I really liked that season. I never got to play around in that season though, but I wish they would bring it back. But the one season that I really wish they would have is like a One Piece like season or a Demon Slayer season. I mean, we already just got a Star Wars season, which was okay, but like no one didn't even like it because of like the you get the TIE fighters, you get the X-wing fighters, you also got like lightsabers, you also had the guns, which were infinite bullets, and some people really liked that season, other people did not. But I really, I really wish that they like had a One Piece like season where the whole island is basically like how we see it in the animes. For instance, you have the restaurant that Sanji like was on, like when Sanji was in, or you would have the place where Zoro was being held captive, or heck, even have the ships as like places where you can find the mythics. I If they would bring any character from One Piece, it definitely has to be the Straw Hats, and of course like other pirates too. Like take this for instance, if if you would find Ace on the if you would find Ace on a pirate ship on the map, he would grant you his mythic, which would probably be his flame mythic. I wish they would do that for a season if they ever have a One Piece collab. Also, I really wanted so like when they announced the Hunter season, they said they were going to do a collab with Demon Slayer, and for some reason it never happened with Demon Slayer. And I think it was like something that has to do with having the rights to add their characters into the games, because they've done it multiple times. They've done it with celebrities. They've done it with Attack on Titan, My Hero, Dragon Ball. I think you can count. I guess you can count like Attack on Titan, even though they only added like a couple of characters in there. But they added like animated characters in there, and some from anime. They added like the Naruto skins, the Dragon Ball, the My Hero. But I really wish they would have the Demon Slayer skins. Like, let me grab something real quick. All right, so here I have my SH Figure Arts Tanjiro from the unboxing video I had done, and then I have my Tengen Uzui from the previous unbox, not the recent one. The Tanjiro was the recent one, but this one was the past one. So, like, if they would ever release a collab, here's what the map would be like if they ever done a Demon Slayer collab. If they would do a Demon Slayer collab, the whole map would have been like a complete dark map. And every time whenever a player would drop from the sky, like how they would get off the battle bus. Like if the player themselves were fighting against the other players like Fortnite, and they would have to fight for their lives. The other players would be demons for them, and every time you would kill a demon, you would gain more bullets, and the bullets, and then the guns themselves will have mythic bullets. They would do so. I wish they would do something like that for a Demon Slayer collab. And also, like, if you meet a character, like take Tanjiro for instance, if you would meet Tanjiro on the map, if they ever done the Demon Slayer collab, if you would meet Tanjiro on the map, his sword would be the mythic, and he would give you it, like how they did it with the lightsabers, with the Jedi's, and the Sith characters from the Star Wars season. They would have done something like that with like Demon Slayer characters, and if they done it with, and take this one for example, Tengen. If you would see Tengen and you would catch Tengen on the map, he would give you his weapon, his two katanas, and once you take them, you could actually work them like nunchucks, but you also were able to slash. Those would be a mythic part right there. And they would have the whole map dedicated to the parts in the parts of the show. Like, for example, if you go to the butterfly mansion and you meet the other characters there, then you would probably go to the butterfly mansion. Or if you would go to, what is it called? Mount Fujigasane, and you would meet there, you would go fight a demon as one of the bosses, and they would drop a mythic for what their blood demon art would be. That would have been a cool, like, that would have been like a cool concept of a map itself. But I really wish they would do something like a One Piece collab or a Demon Slayer collab, or heck, what about a Chainsaw Man collab? And that was actually a thing. If they brought Denji or Chainsaw Man on in the game, I would be impressed. Cause like I have a little idea for a collab with Chainsaw Man. So it would be like the Demon Slayer idea that I have, except you would have the whole map. You would have the whole map be just like a big old city, and like you would come across the characters like Aki, Denji, uh, whoever her name is, Power. You would meet the characters, but you would also get to, you would also like, if you would meet, like if you would kill Chainsaw Man, but he fights back, like how they did it with Mortal Kombat. Like, think about the last season we had before Star Wars. We had the robbery season, and you had to fight Scorpion in order to get his gauntlets. You would have to do something with Chainsaw Man like that too. You would have to kill Chainsaw Man, and then if you take his mythic or Puchita, for my example, you would turn into Chainsaw Man, and you can go rampaging on other players. That would have been like a cool concept idea for a Chainsaw Man collab. And then same goes with Demon Slayer. You find a character on the map, they'll give you their sword, and you learn their breathing techniques, along with One Piece as well. Because we already got Dragon Ball ones. We also have that's a Jujutsu Kaisen poster right there. We already got that one, and then we had a Naruto, which is right here, the Itachi, and then there's Gaara. We would get something like that almost, but I want something that they never brought to us, like, for example, One Piece or Chainsaw Man or Demon Slayer. I wish they would do something like that for a collab of a season. But if they eventually come to a point where we get characters like Demon Slayer, or a whole season dedicated to Demon Slayer, or any of these two, I would be happy. I would play the game 24/7 and stream it, or make a video on it for you guys, okay? Because, like, I'm a huge Demon Slayer fan, along with One Piece and Chainsaw Man. If they ever do that, I really will play it so bad. But as of right now, we only get what we got, and eventually we'll probably get to the point where we like get Tanjiro or Ace from One Piece or Genji from Chainsaw Man. Eventually, we'll come to that point sometimes in the future. But hey, let me know your ideas in the comments below. Also, don't forget to follow my TikTok. Link will be in the description. And comment down below for this video. Comment down below what collab of a season would you want to see, or just comment what season that you like from the past. But that's all what I have to say for this video. Thank you so much for watching. This is Nindroid. See y'all in the next one. Adios.